You can pretty much guess where I am. The writing's on the wall. Welcome back to another video. Today we're in Thorp, Washington, and if you don't know where that is, if you recognize this American flag behind me, which, little known fact, that's actually the biggest American flag in Washington state. It's right along I-90 and we are close to Ellensburg. We're pretty much between Ellensburg and Cle Elum. The old town of Thorp is actually off the freeway, down a little road, and we're gonna show you around. But before that, we're gonna show you a little bit of what it's known for as well with the Thorp Antique Mall. So we're gonna go check that out.
Like Joe said, we're here in Thorp and we're excited to show you what you may or may not have ever stopped and shopped at, which is a Thorp Antique Mall and Fruit Market. So we're gonna check it out and then we're gonna go into Old Thorp and look at the little tiny town that is so adorable. A really cool little investment property for sale. So watch to the end. I'm excited to show you that, so stay tuned. Let's go do a little shopping. It's danger zone for me because I love antiques. And if you love them, you've probably been here, but let's go. Okay, before we get into it, this is your reminder. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to our channel. Here we are inside the Thorp Antique Mall where people come from all over, including out of state, specifically to buy produce. And there's some amazing spices and rubs, and of course the ice cream is out of this world. So let's do some shopping. I see my favorite apple here, the opal apple. Let's go check them out. Okay, this jam is amazing. So let's get some jam and then we're gonna get some spices, some spice rubs that people come from out of state to get them. Huckleberry jam, look at this. Okay, we're upstairs inside the Thorp Antique Mall, and this is one of my favorite booths, actually. I've got some super cool stuff here in the past. There's just treasures. If you love just taking a step back in time to see how people lived, and you love to collect really cool, fun stuff, this place is for you.
As we head over to Thorp, we're gonna chat with some locals. We're gonna spotlight some cool places like the old community church and the old mill that the place is known for. You can pretty much guess where I am. The writing's on the wall. Okay, something cool about Thorp is that it's the oldest settlement in Kittitas County, which is pretty cool. Here I am in front of the Thorp building. This is pretty much downtown. This is what we're working with. So it really gives you good perspective. When I said that it's a small town, I think that the definition of the word, which is originally Old English, it means small town or village or hamlet, and that nothing can really describe this place better than that. There's only a few hundred people that actually even have the zip code of Thorp. So, pretty cool. The other thing is that we do know of some people that were named Thorp. So we believe that that is tied between the name of the town and the people that settled the town originally. What's your name?
Wayne Gully. Built around 1885. Every state's got 3 or 4 mills like this, but there's only 2 or 3 in the country that still got the original equipment in them, and this one is loaded. This used to be the road, the main highway, and they moved it over here, and this was on the property, so they condemned the property, the state did, and the guys come in on a weekend and chop the corner off the building and refuse to close. Here's a nice model of the mill that somebody has done. Back behind here, there's another 23 acres of land that used to have an ice house on it. They would saw up the ice in the winter, stored in sawdust in the ice house, and then you use the ice for railroad cars going to East Coast. Here's our newest display. And that's the main drive pulley. And then all the power is transmitted with this belt to a jack shaft that runs across the building. It drops down this chute into here, gets pressed, and then goes back up another chute to get back upstairs and comes down to the second one. And each one, they're just making it a little finer. The flour is fed in here, and when this spring drops down and says you've got 100 pounds in there, it shuts the valve off and doesn't let any more in. So you sew up the top of the sack, stack it, put on an empty sack, and keep going. And then all of the flour is graded here according to the coarseness of it, and it drops down one of these chutes. It goes somewhere. I don't know where.
If you love peace, you'd love Thorp.
We're here in Thorp. An old friend from Ellensburg who bought her first house in Thorp.
Yes.
How many years has it been?
3 years, almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I do know that one of these buildings used to be the post office, a railroad town, because it was a stop along the railroad. Last I checked, it was about like 110 or so within like the immediate population, but I believe it's a little more when you kind of go to the outskirts of like the actual zip code. But it's not very big.
So the school in Thorp
Yes.
is very well respected.
Yes, I've heard nothing but amazing things about the school.
Right. So where do you do your shopping then?
We typically tend to go into town in Ellensburg. We go to Fred Meyer, but it is really nice to have the fruit stand just literally 2 minutes down the road from us, because sometimes we might want to add some vegetables or have like some local breads, because they offer a lot of like, I can't remember the name of the business, but there's a local bread business. My favorite part about living in Thorp is probably, honestly, just the peacefulness of it all. It's just such a calm and quiet place, but there's also really like kind and sweet people around us that we know that if we need something, we could probably just go next door and ask, you know, like a cup of sugar. And it's also just like really calm. And I grew up in the city, in the Seattle area, and it was kind of, you know, hustle and bustle culture growing up. And so this is like a complete change of pace that like my mental health really enjoys. I would definitely recommend like young families. It's a great place to raise kids because it's so calm and peaceful. Like we can take walks all around the neighborhood and not have to worry about super fast cars. Just also because the school is such an amazing school. It's just a great place to kind of funnel right into. And I also do recommend it to people maybe that have passions in agriculture, because there's lots of properties out here with a lot of land. And also maybe people kind of in the more retirement age of life because of that, again, that peacefulness. I mean, I think honestly everyone should live here because if you love peace, you'd love Thorp.
Each Sunday after church, there was a potluck. The potlucks were so good, I knew that I was called here. Roger McCune.
Janie McCune.
We've lived in Thorp since December of 1982. It is quiet, it's rural. Our church was founded in 1895.
It's a split level entry church. We're putting an addition on that's going to allow for a handicap wheelchair lift to go up and down, and we're putting in 2 ADA bathrooms, one downstairs and one upstairs. We'll walk in at about this level onto a lift that will go down, walk out here, and then we'll be able to go in there or into an ADA bathroom in there.
It brings the community together. Groups that we have within the church also have meetings. The AA and the NA programs are available in the church on Wednesdays mostly.
So there's a 12-step meeting here on Wednesday night each week, and it's from 25 to 30 people meet here for a 12-step meeting.
Then they get to browse the garden, whatever is there. Roger does the picking and puts the vegetables out for them. And
school is a huge thing here in Thorp nowadays. A really good school.
It's unincorporated. It's not got a government here, but it seems like everybody seems to pitch in though.
It's quiet. Not a lot of hassle here.
round out our spotlight of Thorp, we're here at a listing that we have that is an awesome little opportunity for either a seasoned investor or someone honestly like myself that would want a big project on their hands.
Yeah,
so
put in a little sweat equity and this could be a real winner.
Totally.
Really nice little quiet neighborhood.
Yeah. I personally think that the deck and the front yard is a big highlight. I like the white picket fence. I'd feel comfortable.
The picket fence.
Yeah.
I love. It's kind of storybook.
Yeah, definitely. In small town Thorp, this place needs a little love, but that's honestly
The charm.
Yeah.
Here we are in the living room.
Yep, next to the wood burning stove. We know that's working well. I do like this cozy little living room.
I do too.
I think
and
it'd be
a lot of light coming in.
Yeah.
Big windows, so it's got some pluses.
Yeah, it's 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, has a laundry room, and it also has, it's like a tough shed that's a garage. It has a garage door on it, and then it has a covered parking bay as well. So that's nice. And it's just over 1,000 square feet. So definitely a great starter home if that's what you're looking for, a project for a starter home.
And bonus is the solar. Pretty much brand new, amazing solar array on the roof, and the infrastructure, the inverter and all that, the way it's wired in is really encouraging, I think, especially over here in Eastern Washington or Central Washington.
Yeah, where we get a lot of sun, so it works out perfect.
It really does. Yeah, that's a big bonus is the solar.
Yep, that and just being, it's at the end of this street. It does go both ways, but it's very private. It's not like
Off the main drag.
It's off the main drag of downtown Thorp. So it's a cool little opportunity if you're looking for small town America.
And a great investment.
Thanks so much for watching our spotlight on Thorp today. From the antique mall to the old community church, it's really just quite small town America. We love it here, and we're really glad that you guys were able to stick around and check out our listing and just seeing what else Thorp has to offer. We're probably going to be producing a few more videos about Thorp. There's a lot more that we wanted to cover that couldn't cover today. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, as it helps people just like you discover more about living in Washington State and checking out some cool real estate while we're at it. If you or anyone you know is interested in buying or selling in Washington State and specifically Kittitas County, please reach out, as our team has 26 years of record-setting experience, and we'd love to see if our team would be a great fit for you.